Let's get back to this discussion, of course, where residents in some parts of Germiston and Ekurhuleni say they are appealing to the municipality to address a prolonged power outage, saying they've had no luck and they've been without power for almost 2 weeks. If you are in Germiston, get in touch with us, 072 110 5584 via WhatsApp. But we are joined by Wendy Morgan from the Democratic Alliance in Ekurhuleni. Wendy, 2 weeks now of no power in Germiston. When you sit in council, are you aware of this development?
Yes, unfortunately, this is an ongoing problem in the Germiston area where residents are left for very prolonged periods of time without electricity. Us as councillors struggle to get feedback from the department so that we can update the residents and let them know what's going on. I heard you mention earlier there's shortages of diesel. A notice went out today that there's no diesel in the Germiston area, and the vehicles have to drive as far as Brakpan and Springs to get diesel so that they can do their work. So that's wasting 2-3 hours in a day that they could be doing restoration, working on the power outages. So it's causing a huge problem. Are the diesel suppliers not being paid? We're unaware. We don't get any information or feedback that we can give to our residents.
Yeah, and then, of course, the frustration for residents is going to be how long this is going to last. Is there a sense, even from the MMC for energy, for instance, that there is some sort of direction or work being done to address the issue urgently?
No, we're not getting any feedback at all. There's been no update, no feedback, no communication from anyone, from the MMC right down to the engineers on the ground. There's just no feedback. It's supposed to come through the comms department. There's nothing. There's no information available at all.
Yeah, and so if you were Mzayifani Ngwenya, the MMC of energy at this point in Ekurhuleni, what would you say to residents of Germiston? Because ultimately they're not watching because they don't have power.
I would be very embarrassed if I was the MMC that I couldn't give residents information. If I was the MMC, I'd be on the ground and try and find out what the problem is and try and assist the department to get this resolved. You know, if they don't have diesel, speak to the MMC of finance and make sure that diesel is made available so that service delivery can be done.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is the only issue that obviously is a big a matter on the agenda in council. It seems that service delivery delays have been a point of contention in Ekurhuleni council meetings for a very long time. So Ward 92 Councillor Kade Guerrero raising specific concern about the deteriorating water infrastructure in Sunny Ridge, for instance, citing the alarming condition of the local water tower. Where does that sit at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, that water tower I've been a councillor for 7 years, and that's been on the budget for all those 7 years, and still nothing is happening there. So, you know, when there's a water supply issue, it's scary because, you know, residents can't go without water. So water supply is even worse than electricity supply. There's parts of the other side of Germiston, Castleview, Dinwiddie, Norton small farms that are regularly without water. This evening again, they're sitting without water. You know, so they have water for a few hours in a day, and the rest of the day they have no water. So it's not only energy, it's water. Waste collection is delayed at the moment. Water repairs are delayed. So, I mean, I can personally say my waste hasn't been collected for a week. And the new week has started and we still haven't been collected. So it's an ongoing service delivery is at an all-time low at the moment.
Why? Let's talk about the why, because you've got new leadership in Ekurhuleni that has had well over 100 days at this point to find its feet. Why are we still seeing, for the people of Ekurhuleni, such an important metro in the Gauteng province, still struggling so desperately with service delivery?
They're blaming revenue collection. This year, from the 1st of July up to date, there has been no disconnection teams appointed. Contractors are appointed to do the disconnection of people that are not paying, or residents that are not paying. And up to date, there's been no disconnection team. So we're supposed to be enhancing our revenue system, but there's no method to do that. So people can't be disconnected if they don't pay. So there's no revenue coming into the city. So they can't pay their contractors, their diesel suppliers, whatever is needed. And also late appointments of contractors. The contracts end at the 30th of June of each year. It's now in the middle of November and there's still contractors not being appointed. So the process is really flawed.
Yeah. A message to the people of Germiston and the people of Ekurhuleni as they listen to these service delivery issues about, you know, I suppose the energy that you note in council to bring some of those challenges to an end.
Yeah, I mean, we are fighting on a daily basis to try and assist our residents, following up with whoever we can, contacting the MMC, contacting the HOD, you know, just trying to get some kind of information and try and get people's power restored so that, you know, they can live a decent life and just have services that they are paying for.
Yeah. And of course, concerning that as these residents struggle with service delivery issues, the MMC for Energy, Mzayifani Ngwenya, cancels an opportunity to engage on these issues at the 11th hour at this time. But Wendy, thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. Wendy Morgan is a DA councillor with the city of Ekurhuleni speaking to us this evening.